first and foremost, are there any games that you guys are looking forward to that's coming out? Like, is there something that you guys are waiting for? You know what I'm saying? Like, any games that, like, I'm personally looking for the new Mass Effect. You know what I'm saying? Like that new Mass Effect was like tight. I'm a huge fan of Mass Effect, and to be able to play like Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3, you know, back to back is I can't wait for that. Also, it's gonna sound real nerdy. It's gonna sound super nerdy. Legend of Mana. Do you guys remember that game, Legend of Mana? It came out in like '96.
Nah, man.
Cool,
what are you talking about here?
It's hella shaking head.
Like everybody was like, nah, I don't fuck it. Like it's a great game. It's a great game. It's like an old school game. It was like PlayStation 1, and it was like drawn out. It was like a drawn out game, you know. And it's just, you know, I'm looking forward to it. I know it's coming out in the next couple of months, just for the nostalgia, really. Like
they haven't released since PlayStation 1.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That is wild.
So they're finally bringing it back. And,
it was that bad in the beginning, and now they're like, hey, we can't have it be like that. We got to.
It's a classic, man. It's a classic, man. It's a classic.
Oh, man.
I promise you, man. What about you guys? What are y'all looking for?
I got you. I'll try anything once, man.
I bet you there's There's a 2-player mode. You can join in for the 2-player mode. So, you know, a lot of RPG games don't really have that kind of thing.
Okay. Yeah, I see that.
You know. What about you? What kind of games are you guys looking forward to?
The new GTA.
I'm looking forward to Halo.
That new GTA.
Oh, there's a new one coming out. I didn't even hear about this yet.
Yeah.
Waiting for half a decade for the new GTA. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm. That's
that
true.
New GTA. You can't go wrong with GTA. You know what I'm saying? You guys gonna be online with that? You guys gonna be online playing that? Like.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Definitely. I'm definitely gonna get some GTA Online. That game is awesome, man.
It's a classic.
Absolutely. Is any other games coming out that you guys might, you know what I'm saying, be looking forward to?
Yeah. Riot is same creators of League of Legends. They just released a mobile version, Wild Rift, I think it's called.
Right.
Really?
Yeah. So I definitely want to try that out. At least give me a fresh start, because I'm currently like in emo hell.
Yeah.
It's over to this.
I would love to have another chance to get good at this game.
That's everybody's pain when you're in playing.
I've already heard some personal reviews for it. I've heard some good things for it, for what it is.
That's good.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah.
I can't wait.
Gonna have to up the old, data allowance a month just for that.
Absolutely. I mean, that's a good thing about, you know, Steam and stuff like that. They do really well with games. So have you guys heard that PlayStation is closing down its PS3, PSP, and PS Vita game store?
Yeah, I did read on that a little bit. That's interesting, right?
Yeah. Like, it's gonna close the stores so that nobody will be able to download any more of their games anymore. You won't be able to access those games. Like, and I was reading the footage on it. It's really scary stuff, because it's like, you know, when I was a kid, I used to have like a stack of video games. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I was always like wheeling and dealing with GameStop, trying to make it work, you know, like trading the 3 or 4 games that sold to get the new joint that came out, trading in the systems and everything. And now, since we've kind of ran into this trend of everybody downloading games, like, do you feel as if PlayStation might be setting off a bad trend that might be bad for downloadable games? Like, do you think this is going to affect, you know, all the money that I could get? You know, you can't sell no game back. You know, you can't do it. And at least having it in your value was like the best part of it. But limited hard drive space and, you know, limited space in general. Like, how would we be able to do that? Like, do you think that it's going to be a problem in the future?
I had a question. Is this like, so the games that were downloaded on those and the people that downloaded, do they not have it anymore? Is it like gone?
Well, so you can download the games. Like, say if you had it on like your hard drive or something, you might be able to just download most of your games on your hard drive.
Yeah.
But after a certain period, after a certain date, you will no longer be able to access those games. So you can't, after a certain date,
yeah.
You won't be able to buy those games, sell. You can't do anything with them. It's just you download it. If you download it, you got it. If not, it's so long. And
Thank you for your money.
Thank you for your money. You know, we appreciate your money.
Donation.
We no longer use it. You know, you might have just, and you know, maybe I got the PlayStation 5, but what if you're in another country and the hottest thing that you got cracking right now is the PlayStation 3? And you know, because that's what you guys got, that's what you're rocking with, and you no longer have access to the updates, the games in which that, you know,
no more support and all that. Yeah,
no more support, you know what I'm saying? Like and then it makes you think, like, is it gonna happen to our PS4 one day? When will all the games, I got like 120 games.
You still wheeling and dealing them.
Still willing to, you know what I'm saying? Like I still want to do something with all that I've invested in, or at least know that it'll be safe for a long time. You know, like I used to think that my games would always be safe because there's no way that my disc can get scratched anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like no one can step on my CD and it's broken forever. But now it's like, are all my games on a time frame? Like, is my system gonna die and all the games that I enjoy playing or haven't finished playing yet gonna go away one day?
Yeah, it kind of seemed that way.
I mean, that's the thing that really makes me wonder with this article. Is
Sony's kind of always been a little more stern when it comes to the business side of stuff. You're right. Like Microsoft just kind of has more of a hominess to it versus Sony's like, we got to do this for the numbers. Plus, like, they have all the VR. So, like, this will be something for a lot of people to, you know, have content to talk about, but they always get their numbers right, it seems like. Absolutely.
And do you think this is going to push more people to Microsoft? Like, I don't know if you guys are PS5 or PlayStation fanboys, but does this shake in your, you know what I'm saying, your
actually,
your loyalty?
We asked for what games you play, but any of you guys on Xboxes or?
I'm on an Xbox. Yep.
You got Xbox?
PlayStation.
I'm
common PlayStation fan person.
So I'm talking about.
What about you,
Vlad? What about you, Vlad? You PC? You neutral, man? You Switzerland?
Yeah, fortunately I'm PC. I don't really.
Oh, then he's fine regardless.
Yeah, you're fine.
You go. That's on you guys. Yeah.
He's just sitting back there sipping some thermal paste.
That's between you guys.
Oh dear.
Don't worry about
That's why I'm not talking during this part. So.
The commoners are having a squabble.
My man Vlad is like, I don't care what y'all do. You know what I'm saying?
I'll figure it out.
Drew, what are you on?
You talking to me?
Yeah, it's Brandon, and it's Brandon, right? Yeah.
It's all good. I'm a man who goes by many names, including Drew, apparently. It's all good.
Drew is our producer guy. You know what I'm saying?
It wasn't Dexter, right? It's not.
Appreciate that. Shouts out to Drew. Drew's the person who created this amazing dragon. My finger's cut out here. Like my office space. It's beautiful. Appreciate your work, Drew. I'm probably more of a PlayStation fanboy. I don't really like that terminology, but I've never owned Xbox that I was thoroughly enjoying. I don't really have any I don't really have too much of an allegiance to their exclusives. You know what I mean? And that's, I guess, what it all comes down to for me is like, what is the stuff that I can only play on your system? And I don't really feel like less of a person for Halo.
Yeah.
And that's really where it ends, right? So, oh no, I didn't have Halo. But what about Fable?
Fable wasn't that tight. Like I had an
So long ago.
Xbox. I had an Xbox and it wasn't that tight. Like I had it, I owned it, and I was like, this is, you know, Halo is great, definitely. But
oh sure, yeah, Halo, right?
Halo.
Everyone dropped out of college for Halo. You know what I'm saying? Halo, you want some? I mean, but like, but besides from that though, like I was a person who has a PlayStation 2 and PSP. I didn't get a Vita, and a PlayStation 3, and so I'm sitting here like wondering, so like, am I missing out on anything? And I don't really think so, man. I mean, like, how many of you guys who have Steam accounts have like games on games that you will never get around to playing? I mean, I'm also like a PlayStation Plus person, so I get 2 free games every month.
Yep.
And I do not remember a good 75% of the games I got in my library because of that. So, I mean, it doesn't really bother me too much. I don't feel like I'm missing out on it, but like, as the supporter for Sony, I'm sitting here wondering, so does this mean we're going to start passing the savings at some point to the player? So if we're no longer having to publish and distribute all of this plastic, all of these CDs and whatnot, are games now going to be like $55 when they first come out?
I think it could be cheaper. I think the reasons why they have it for being so expensive is not worth the price point that they've increased it by. And it brings up to the question of, would you be able to download all the games you ever had on a hard drive? Like, I got a terabyte hard drive, and Call of Duty is like 200 gigs. You know what I'm saying? Like Call of Duty is like 250 gigs, bro. Like it's fat, bro. Like it's taking up like this much of our hard drive space right now. Like
for like modes and junk you don't even play, man.
But there's no way that I would be able to download all the games that I could ever have and hold on to it and be able to save it. You know what I'm saying, and make sure that it's updated. And that's the only thing. Like I'm not saying that I'm getting rid of PlayStation. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna not get rid of my precious PlayStation 5. You know what I'm saying? No. But it just makes me wonder. You know what I'm saying? Like it makes me wonder. Like they could do better than that. It's not like Microsoft wouldn't do that, because I remember when Microsoft was talking smack and talking about not making games backwards compatible. There was a time, right? Like where they were talking about it, and then they kind of moved.
If not that, they were talking about not being able to share games. Like there would be some sort of like burned in address or like license tie-in to your system or account and whatnot, so you couldn't physically hand somebody a game disc. And I know what you mean. Like that really burned a terrible taste in my mouth too. Like that was some evil Empire Death Star type feel right there. You
know what I'm saying? Like it's definitely some Empire thought type stuff going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, I definitely wonder about that. Hey guys, check out Co-Play Media on Spotify and DC Radio 96.3 HD4 on Saturday mornings at 9 a.m. for all your anime talk, video games, and everything important to the Black nerd community.
And don't forget to check out our website and our YouTube channel for the special guest interviews with some of your favorite anime voice actors and anime.
Get you some real talk, get you some information to the streets.
Okay, no crazy feedback.
No craziness.